We are sat with Netherhall. Welcome to your first time at Hammerdown Festival. It's great to have you guys here. Now, you were in our competition last year, the online competition. You made the top 10, and the reason that you weren't selected last year is because you were too good for that slot, and that we needed to put you straight up this year. That's legitimately what happened. So, because we whittled the 10 down to 6, and we just couldn't rule anyone out. And then we thought, well, what band's going to fit in that slot? And we thought, you guys need a later slot. It's too good, really. And now you're here. So you know, we've made it happen. So welcome. How was your drive down festival? Was it okay?
It was alright. Yeah, we drove down last night. Stayed over in Worthing, like the town over.
Yeah, that's where I live. Yeah.
So we had a pretty chill morning. And
lovely.
All that, so it's been
good. You had some bacon or anything this morning?
Croissant.
Oh, croissant.
Just a croissant.
It's mostly been coffee loading morning.
And coffee loading.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So the first song I heard from you was Ruminate. I mean, that was the one you submitted to us anyway, right? So that song is outstanding. The way the song progresses, I think the song progression is something that's really important to you guys, right? Building to like a climax in a song. How do you go about writing a piece like that?
Well, it all happens in the rehearsal studio, really. Like we don't tend to write a lot at home.
Yeah,
by ourselves, so it's all pretty much we bounce off each other.
Interesting.
And we just build it, and we feel like it's quite emotional based, you know, like if it feels right at the time, then we'll go with it. If it doesn't, we won't. It takes a long time to write that way.
Yeah, a long time.
But we don't, at least personally, we don't get the results we want otherwise. So
yeah,
we have to travel that road.
So you do like to take your time with it then? I suppose it's
don't like it.
I was going to say, we don't like to take it, just it is the way it happens.
But it's important that you do so, I suppose.
Yeah, we've kind of got a formula together, so we just get in a room and then however long it takes, we just nail it.
We hammer it out, disagree, agree sometimes, and we'll get there eventually.
That's it. So, where are the influences for do most of you listen to proggy type stuff? Where's most of the influences come from?
It's kind of like Carnival, Tool.
Carnival, yeah. I saw them download this year. I'd never seen Carnival before.
That's such a good day. The sun came out for Carnival and then it disappeared straight after.
Do you know what? I can immediately see Carnival influences now you said that. That makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Big influence for us. Tesseract. All that sort of stuff. Yeah, you lean in a bit more into some of the metal stuff as well, don't you? Like,
yeah, obviously on the drum side of my largely like Ramstein and a bit of like Killswitch Engage, all that kind of stuff. We've all got our own, we've all got our own like unique influences, but as a group we've got similar kind of
we all connect in like a little circle in the middle, you know.
Nice. Okay. So we got Process, the record last year. The title track of that is fantastic as well. I really like that one. So how do you go about putting an album together when you are more of a proggy band? Is there like a certain emotion stuff you want to get going through it? Because, you know, I'm not saying lots of bands do this, but lots of bands will just put the songs in whatever order in the album, and there's not necessarily as much thought that goes into it, but you want to create a sort of flowing body of work. So how does that go about coming together?
It just developed over time, really. Like once we got 5 or 6 songs, we kind of just thought, okay, we want to make this into an album.
Yeah.
How can we start connecting the songs either lyrically or musically as well? Like some parts of other songs come back very slightly in other bits of other songs, and it just kind of interconnects that way. But to be honest, it's just what we've always wanted to do. It's like because the bands like Carnival and Tool, they make it a whole piece of work.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
It's an album, you know, start to finish, and that's what we really wanted to try and achieve.
And do you think you're going to stick with that route? Because, you know, I've had conversations on this over this weekend about how for bands these days it's really important to keep your Spotify algorithms happy, right? And so doing singles and waterfalling them into an EP twice a year is more beneficial for a band to grow, but is it more important to focus on that art for you? And do you want to stick with doing album cycles?
We've learnt a lot, haven't we, from
this? Yeah, we've learnt a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was important for us to do the album first. It's just something that we wanted to do, for better or for worse, like algorithmically wise and everything.
Yeah.
But we're definitely looking, going forward, probably working towards an EP at the moment. And we probably will, you know, drip the singles through and then release it all at the end. That's kind of.
I don't know if we'll necessarily go for like the same flow of each song, kind of, because obviously Process we really tried to make it sort of like a big piece that you kind of you can sit back and just take one of our journey, as it were. Obviously that's what our influences do for us. We just sit there and just get lost in whatever they're trying to tell us, and we try to replicate that in our own fashion. But going forward, I mean, that's such a process. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
To try and do that is it's a headache.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think we're just more concentrating on getting some good songs down, and we've got about 3 or 4 in the works at the moment. So
been trying to like hone in a lot more on, I guess songwriting really. Like, not necessarily dial the prog back, but like just incorporate a few more contemporary elements to, I don't know, just make it appeal maybe a little bit more to people that aren't into so much the big concept album thing and the big ambient thing, you know, like. And we want to get a bit heavier anyway, you know.
We're going to itch to scratch, I feel.
Yeah, we want to get some heavy stuff in there, get a bit of anger out, you know.
Nice. Okay.
World's a shit place.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some of that aggression out. So, where can people see you this year? What else is coming up in the calendar?
So we've got playing in Manchester. I think it's October. Like a slammer. That's
one of the months.
Rebellion. One of the months. Mine's gone back there.
We've got a show next weekend with Sanitas. They're doing an EP launch.
That's cool.
That's a home show as well. They're playing at the Flat Pack.
Birmingham. Yeah, I've been to that venue very recently in May. It's a great venue.
It's right on the canal side as well.
Yeah, it's lovely. The outside bit. It's
better than here. You know what I mean? This is way better here. We've got a beach.
Sorry, Birmingham. But
we've got a beach.
Birmingham has no beach. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And then, so you've got those shows coming up, and you mentioned the EP and drip feeding singles. When can we expect something new? Is there anything recorded at the moment? Where are we at?
Nothing's recorded, sadly.
Very sad indeed.
Very sad.
Well, we had that in a new song today as well. I think we have been.
Is it going in the set today?
Yes.
Oh, I love it when that happens. I'm actually so happy.
Second song in. Check it out.
Okay.
We've been playing it a couple of times now live, and we're like, pretty happy with this.
Is it heavier? Is it done heavier?
It is heavier.
Okay. Very nice. And is Ruminate in the set?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm happy. So, right, Netherhall, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If you haven't checked out the Process album, go and listen to it. It's awesome. You can't even tell when the songs are starting and finishing half the time. It really is a wonderful body of work. So go and check it out, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Cheers. Thank you.